lifestyle plan to strengthen and nourish your recovery. And it's really an honor to be here today with Amy Emley. Amy is a representative of the Phoenix. The Phoenix is the oldest and the largest sober active community, and they have chapters all across the United States. Amy, thank you so much for coming in today. You're a senior programming manager and a yoga instructor for the Phoenix, correct?
Correct.
So why don't we just talk about what the Phoenix does for folks out there who haven't maybe heard of the organization?
At the Phoenix, our mission is to build sober, active community that fuels resilience and harnesses the transformative power of connection. So together we can rise, recover, and live.
Awesome. And so what can someone expect if they come to a Phoenix? We're in a special period right now, but for the years that you've been open, what can someone expect when they come to one of the Phoenix gyms or chapters?
Essentially, that when you walk in, you are welcomed and feel a part of.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can participate in any sort of event for free, right? So that we limit the barrier for entry, meaning this can be a fitness-based class, yoga, meditation, social event, welcoming and exclusive for all,
Mm-hmm.
or inclusive for all, and essentially that there's fun in recovery.
I know you also sponsor a yearly trip, I believe, to Moab, Utah.
Correct.
You want to talk about
Yes.
that? Because that looks like a blast, and I hope I get to
Oh,
hear all of that.
yeah, I was fortunate to go last year.
Mhm.
It is indescribable when you arrive. It's just one of the most beautiful places you could possibly imagine. And then friends in recovery come from all over the world, even those that choose to live a sober lifestyle that may not identify as person in recovery.
Mhm.
We come together, we set up camp along the Colorado River. It is magnificent, over like 100
Yeah.
tents set up. We wake up. Scott actually makes coffee for us in the morning with some other
No.
friends at 5 a.m. Yeah, and we have breakfast, we have meals together. And then throughout the day, there's a schedule of events. You can go hiking, climbing, cycling, do yoga. And then at night, there are a few different social or recovery based events. And our favorite is the last night or towards the last night, we have a big gratitude campfire. And we just go around and everyone gets an opportunity to share something they're grateful for.
So everybody out there who maybe heard or thought that their life is over and boring when they get sober should watch this interview and come on that trip, or maybe come to an event or a workout someplace where it's sponsored by the Phoenix, right?
Correct. I've never had more fun in my life.
Awesome. So we're in some difficult days. We're talking about doing things virtually now, not doing them in the in-person setting, which has been historically the model due to the coronavirus. So can you tell me how the Phoenix has changed its operations and is providing services today to folks across the country?
Yeah, I mean, when this first happened, that was something, we all got on a call together and we have trying to figure out the best way to support our community.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone that's in recovery knows that isolation is really a bad place to be, whether you are still in active addiction or in recovery. So we pivoted quite quickly. We've always we had dreams, like aspiration, 5-year plan, to do virtual programming. And we acted really quickly with a core group of people. We were able to start streaming live classes almost immediately. And today that looks like yoga, fitness, and social events
Mm-hmm.
almost every other hour, Monday through Friday, and a few offerings on the weekends as well. So free again.
So if someone's interested in going and attending one of your classes, where should they go? Where's the list? How do they get access to this?
The easiest way is to go to our website, and that is www.thephoenix.org. On the top of that page, you'll see a bright red toolbar. And if you click that link on the toolbar, you'll be able to get to our virtual calendar.
Awesome. Well, so I took your yoga class online yesterday, and I'm up helping my mom out during this difficult time. And she's 89; she'll be 90 on May 8th. So we did your class together, And I must say, we were both in kind of grumpy moods when we started the class and not actually wanting to attend. But we did it. And we both turned to each other afterwards. We were smiling after, and she said to me, I'm really glad I did that. I needed that.
Mm.
So
Oh.
thank you for that experience. Thank you very much. But what's the impression that you're getting from folks that are trying things out virtually for the first time, like yoga,
Yeah.
CrossFit, the other options that you offer?
Yeah, it can be a bit uncomfortable, right? For a lot of us, I'll speak for myself, I'm not the most tech savvy person. So sometimes those things, like how you were saying, can cause a great deal of frustration, anxiety. We could think we get it figured out and then have a mishap. So there is a lot of uncomfortability on top of an already uncomfortable, uncertain time. So
Right.
just layering in those factors. And some folks may be resistant to doing it. But what we're finding is that once we help people over that hurdle, right, and we're able to explain how to use the systems, the technology, we can come together and connect. And there's a lot of laughter shared.
Right.
And towards the end, just like you and your mother experience, there is a sense of ease and less isolation and connection instead.
I agree because you allow just to my explaining of my experiences. You have everybody do an introduction. You break the ice. When my camera turned on and I saw all the folks in the virtual room about to do yoga, that was very intimidating in a way, right? That was a new experience for me. But then after the practice, you asked people to share about how they were feeling. And what's great was you had people from all over the country, from coast to coast participating in the class. And everyone really expressed gratitude for being able to have such a fun experience in their homes during this difficult time without putting themselves and other people at risk. So is that something that you're seeing across the board when you speak to folks that are taking advantage of your virtual programming?
Yeah, and I think those that you hit on a really amazing point, those that have maybe already been participating in our events are used to that same format. So when we come together, we do an icebreaker, the introductions, just like you said, for to create connection. So in this period of physically distancing,
Hmm.
we are socially connecting.
Connected. You're right. But that's another important point because you told all of us after the class that there was going to be a social event that I think it was that last night. And not only do you sponsor, when I say you, I mean the Phoenix sponsor physical activities, yoga classes, CrossFit, but you also have social events. Isn't that true?
Yes. Again, same thing. Like you get together, we get to have an icebreaker, some laughter, connection, and then whoever is leading sort of has a topic, and then it's open for discussion. And there is no physical activity for that one. So limit that barrier for entry as well.
That's important. So if someone is not comfortable necessarily with engaging in a class online right now, they can come check out the social events.
Correct.
Awesome. And
And
if they want to just listen, they can just listen, correct?
yeah, so we'll never kind of push people to speak if they do not want to.
Mhm.
And that's the same actually for all events, like even for yoga and our meditation. If you just wanted to come and check it out and get a feel for it
Mhm.
without fully participating or even turning your camera on just to get connected and comfortable, we encourage you to do so.
That's just an amazing. It was an amazing experience for me and my mom yesterday, and I really liked everybody that was part of the class, especially their shares afterwards, and to hear gratitude like that in such a difficult time is a special thing. And for you to come in someone's house and offer that kind of a class and just that experience, the virtual experience of being with other people at this point in time is critical. And so let me ask a question. So what are the three things that come to mind when you speak to people out there who are in recovery, who are attempting to change to our new reality? What are the top three pieces of advice that you would give somebody?
I think speaking from my own experience as a person in recovery, these last few weeks, it's been crucial to keep my morning routine, so to
Mhm.
speak. And for me, that's a bit of meditation, exercise right away, um, and staying connected. Again, it may not be able to be physically, but connecting either over the phone, Zoom, Skype, whatever it may be, with your
Mhm.
friends, peers in recovery, those that are important to you, making an effort to do so. And then again, the idea of taking care of oneself, right? Nourishing oneself, whether
Mhm.
that be, again, with the thinking about this idea of spiritual adrenaline, right? Whether that be the things that you do for your recovery, the things that you do for wellness, both physically and emotionally,
Mhm.
and ultimately sticking to that plan that got you here, right?
Yeah, no, I hear that's great advice. It's for the good times, but it's really for the difficult times as well. And probably I agree with you, like the morning routine, keeping the new discipline during difficult times is critical. So look, you're a not-for-profit organization. None of this happens for free. So if folks want to donate, how can they do that? And then also, can you just restate where people can go to get information about all the online or virtual classes and social gatherings that the Phoenix is sponsoring?
Yes. So both can happen through our website. So if you visit our website at www.thephoenix.org, one option for the virtual platform calendar, again, the bright red toolbar at the top, click there and it will guide you where to find the links for the appropriate events you want to come to.
Mhm.
Below that toolbar is a donate tab. If you click the donate tab, you can contribute any amount to the Phoenix.
Awesome. Awesome. And so, any other information that you can share about how people can get in contact with the local chapters of the Phoenix around the country or maybe around the world as well? So, could you just give them that information?
Yeah, we are growing. So please, you can find us on Facebook at the Phoenix. But if you put the Phoenix and your state, you might find a chapter near you. If so, I would encourage you to message that chapter, get the schedule, the information. Again, I know it's a bit of a tricky time right now, but we can share when things lift, our calendar of events local to where you are. Also, our Instagram is Rise, Recover, Live. And we hope to see you there.
I'll just say one last thing about that. If there's not a local chapter, people can touch base with you guys and maybe even try and start one. Scott's been so wonderful with helping a lot of the other sober active communities around the country get started. So I know that he's a resource, your organization is a resource, and you are a resource. I'm going to continue to take your yoga class because I did enjoy it, and I thank you again for that. I just encourage everyone to take advantage who's watching this video. Don't be shy. Everyone at the Phoenix I'm a person in recovery, you're a person in recovery, and they cater to them. There's no judgments, and it's just a really fun way to celebrate staying sober during these challenging days. Amy, I hope we get to see each other in person at sometime soon, and I wish you all the best. Thank you for coming on.
Thanks, Tom.